And we're back here inside the interview room, Irie Dole once again, and we are blessed to have with us Cali Roots 2015, Slightly Stoopid, Miles and Rimo. What's going on, fellas?
Chilling, man.
What's up?
It's all right, man. Just how you loving the festival so far?
I mean, the festival's dope. It keeps getting better and better every year, and the vibes, honestly, it's cool. Just like the collective group of people that are out there, and everyone's getting along and cruising and just enjoying the music and the madness.
Nice. And Rimo, how many times have you guys been here?
So we were here 2 years ago, right? 2013. So this is our second time back, and yeah, great lineup. We're happy to be a part of it again.
Nice.
For sure.
Coming straight off the road from El Paso, Texas, huh?
Yeah, we were in El Paso a couple days ago, actually with Cypress Hill doing a festival out there, and had yesterday off to kind of get here and relax a bit, and here we are.
Nice. I know Cypress Hill must have been a big influence for you guys coming up in Southern California. And how's it feel to be now kind of headlining above them? That's pretty wild.
I mean, what's cool is that we've been able to tour with them over the last 5 years. We've toured with them a lot now. Just like they went on a whole summer tour with us and cruising around and like you said, like we grew up listening to that stuff and you're just kind of sitting there scratching your head going, man, this is nuts. You're getting to. I mean, we're blessed. We get to hang out with our best friends and play music, and then we're playing with guys that we grew up, admiring. So
nice. And you got the Everything Is Awesome tour coming up. That's an awesome name for a tour right there.
I mean, just with all the bands, it's kind of like just with all the bands and the vibes, everyone's got a good feeling going out, and it seems like to us like that was like a fitting name with the guys that are all coming together.
Yeah.
Between Dirty Heads and Stick Figure and Expendables and Slightly Stoopid, it's gonna be.
Wow.
I mean, that's why we had to say Everything Is Awesome.
No,
Like it's
that
gonna
is
be a
pretty
fun
awesome.
summer, and we're gonna bring the SoCal vibes everywhere we go, and it's kind of like bringing our own little Cali tour everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Which is rad. So,
Where are you guys going on that one?
all over the country, pretty much every major city. I think we have 40 dates on the tour, so it's gonna be nuts. It starts July 8th, and then it ends around September 19th.
Okay, nice.
So it's gonna be a long one.
And one last time I saw you all was actually in Maui at the MAC. I think you were touring with was it Barrington Levy?
Yeah,
it was
Barrington
Barrington,
out
right?
with us. Yeah, so we were out. We did a couple shows with Barrington on. We did the Big Island as well, didn't we? That run.
We did Kauai. We did
Kauai, Big Island, and the MAC at Maui, right outside Kahului.
Nice.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Love it there.
How was it working with the big man Barrington?
Barrington, yeah, we've had him in the studio a few times. Yeah. He's great. I mean, he's a legit professional. He walks in, when we do sessions and stuff, he walks in, he sings his piece, and then he hangs out, has lunch, and we finish the music. And it's, again, like Miles said about Cypress Hill, guys, we've been fortunate to really kind of be able to play alongside and incorporate other artists that we grew up kind of listening to, now involve them in our project, which is super exciting for us,
That's great. Do you want to add something to that, Miles?
I was just gonna say it's not even Barrington singing; he's just crushing the mic. You know what I mean? Like his voice is so powerful, and when you listen to it, you just have to stop and pay attention because his range is incredible.
Yeah,
and it's something that you could only dream you could ever do. You know what I mean? He's like that kind of guy. It's
his band too.
Yeah. It's pretty. I mean, what's awesome about that? We've been so lucky to play with all these reggae legends that we grew up listening to. From Don Carlos, to Half Pint, Yellow Man, Steel Pulse. It's like we've been. Steel Pulse came to Cancun with us for a week and did shows with us down there, and it was just amazing. You know what I mean? In Mexico, down in. We did this thing called Closer to the Sun down there, and it was killer. And it's just like you get to play with those guys and hang out and share the stage. We do a couple songs together, and you're just kind of going, man, this is awesome.
It's like dream come true. Yeah, it's a fantasy life.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if we take it for granted or not because we get to do it now all the time, but you're just still every day going, man, this is so killer.
Right. And one thing we were talking with Dirty Heads about earlier was about how the genre wasn't really taken seriously at first. The whole kind of Cali Roots, Southern California reggae rock kind of style, and now there's no question, and you all had a big part in all that.
I think what sets this genre. I think what sets this genre apart from a lot of other genres is that just about every band, especially that's on this bill, specifically this weekend and in years past, all these bands tour. Mm-hmm. They all go out and play gigs more often than not. So they're on the road the majority of the year. A lot of the bands. and they do live shows. So they've perfected their own performance and tailored it to make it kind of their own expression, which is really great because, you know, a lot of times people lump a lot of bands into the, you know, the Cali reggae genre, but really within the genre, there's so many little subsects of subdivisions of different styles. Some bands are punkier, some bands are more ska influenced or old school or more like hip hop. Everyone kind of has their own angle within the sort of blanket of Cali reggae.
Nice.
Which is cool because because of the live shows and the touring that these bands are doing, these bands are also developing kind of their own sound within the umbrella. I think back in the day, a lot of people just thought, like how you were saying, you know, people weren't taking it seriously because they didn't see like, oh, there's this potential market for it, you know, like, you know, speaking maybe to record labels or things like that. Right. And nowadays, what this genre has proved by its work ethic is that you play good music, people are going to start coming. It might take 5 years, it might take 10, 15, even 20 years. But people are going to start coming. I mean, Miles and Kyle started playing music together in the, you know, early 90s and then touring by what, 95, 96. You know what I mean? And back then it was pretty much Sublime or 311, right? You were saying, so.
Yeah, I mean, just coming up from that tree, like really Sublime was the one that started that whole culture shift because if you think about it, it went from like Nirvana, who changed the whole hair metal shift, and then it brought about that whole Seattle, you know, grunge, and then all of a sudden Sublime came out and hit the world like a tsunami, basically, and just ran across it and was like, everyone was going, what the hell? This stuff's crazy because first of all, like Brad had an unbelievable voice, you know what I mean, and stuff that they were doing, just no one knew it, you know, no one did it, you know, and it was cool, and we were blessed to come from that family. Like when we were 15 and 16 years old, Brad and Miguel took us into the Skunk Records family, you know, and helped us put out our first couple records and just kind of like, you know, put us under their wing and you know, just talk about life on the road and just, you know, not being lazy and just getting your butt out there and touring and getting in the van. Like as soon as we got out of high school, we literally got in the van and we were gone. Like there was like, my parents were like, you going to college? I was like, no, I'm in the van. We're going to be musicians. And and it wasn't pretty. Like when you out of the gates, like you were playing back then, gas was like $1, you know, 15 or something like that. Back in the 90s, it was pretty cheap, and you travel and you get paid like $50 for a show and show up and just have enough to put gas in the tank and maybe some Taco Bell or some Jack in the Box and sleep on someone's floor. You know what I mean? And like, but then you build that, you know, that grassroots following of just, you know, nonstop touring. You know, we were on the road a couple hundred days a year, always, you know, and it was just kind of, you know, you get home to see your family for a second and then just get back out there and keep pushing until, you know, that 10 people turns to 100, that 100 turns to 500 to 1,000 and keeps going and going. And now you have, I mean, 20 years in, it is what it is today. And it's, you know, it's pretty cool. Like, you know, that we were able to kind of like carry that torch back in the day, you know, from Sublime and that kind of era and keep that vibe going. And then you see all the bands today that there's so many with that Southern California feel, like we're saying, and he, you know, like under the umbrella, everyone has their own little blend of what their version of the Cali music is. So it's pretty cool.
Nice. That's a great answer right there. That was a good one.
Sorry, man. You know,
no, it's great to hear what you all think about your own music. You know,
sometimes we're slightly smart. I know. We're not always slightly stupid.
Slightly long-winded. Slightly long-winded. But well, what do you got in store for us today? You're headlining. I mean, you're like you're saying, man, things have grown and grown, and now you're headlining Cali Roots 2015.
I mean, it's dope. I mean, tonight we have quite a few special guests. It's gonna be rad. We got Don Carlos with us.
Oh, no way.
G-Level will be sitting in with us.
Nice.
We have the legendary Angelo Moore from Fishbone sitting in with us.
Okay.
There might be actually a couple other guys too. So it's gonna be great tonight. And I mean, like I said, we're blessed, man. I've been playing music for so long. I get to hang out with my best friends and travel the world. And no better place to have like a big show like this than in California. And
nice.
With basically anywhere we play in California, we feel like it's our family. So,
nice.
You know, we're playing in front of family.
That's great. Well, you got a new album coming out. Meanwhile, back at the lab, check out all that and more. Where are you guys online?
SlightlyStoopid.com. We got the Instagram thing. Twitter, Facebook, any real outlet you could find us, YouTube, etc. So
Niceness.
Just-
Well, Miles, Rimo, thanks again for joining us today or here at Cali Roots 2015, wrapping it up. It's been a great festival. And just big thanks to all our media staff and everybody here at the festival. It's Cali Roots 2015, hashtag that. Also, Cali Roots Live. And it's a movement.